Mic with Lady She podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. On tonight, I am super excited. When I tell you I got a real one at the hot mic tonight, y'all. She's gorgeous. She's smart. She is all the way 100. Okay, when we say keep it a buck, that's Miss Erica Carries. Okay, so I just shared so much. I stay doing that.
That's all right.
I just shared so much on her live that it's giving me chills now. Now I'm nervous. What the heck?
He's in the room with us.
He really is hovering in this room. And I just know like what she has to share is gonna bless someone so much. And so I'm gonna say in advance, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to push forth in whatever it is your dream is. I'm excited for you to push forth in whatever it is you want for your children, for your career, for whatever it is that you desire to do. I know this young lady is going to encourage you. She's going to inspire you. She's going to have you feel empowered. And she's going to educate us because I can't wait to. I know she got some stuff on her seat that I just have no clue about. So without further ado, Miss Erica Carey.
Thank you so much for having me here. Hi, everybody. It is an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for your questions in advance. I'm absolutely looking forward to answering everything. I'm an open book. Whatever you want to know, feel free.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so now let me do this because I have such a pet peeve when it comes to pronunciation because people have butchered my name my whole life. So now it's a thing where if it's a business or whatever, I want to make sure I have it correctly. Pronunciate the name of your catering business.
So the name of my catering company is Catering. J'aime. And what J'aime means is I love you in French.
Love that. And you are?
I am Haitian. Yes, I am. I am a huge.
My little children is half Sapase out in here. Okay, shout out to the Haitians.
Shout out to all the zones.
Yes, all the zones.
Shout out to Flatbush. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to my kids at Roosevelt High School. Shout out to my kids.
All right.
Eric, King, and Amaya.
Yes,
Mommy
we love
loves
it.
you.
We love it. And we're gonna definitely tap into that because. But one, I love Haitian food, and clearly I'm connected to Haitians as well. So definitely would love for you to tap into that in reference to your childhood.
Okay,
so let's start with that. Who are you?
I am a girl born and raised in Brooklyn, Flatbush. Yes. My parents are Haitian, 100% Haitian. They came to the States when they were in their late teens. They knew each other back in Haiti, and they went to Erasmus High School out here. My dad went to Brooklyn College. My parents were very, very hardworking people. Growing up, I never wanted for anything. I never wanted for anything. My family, I have a huge family. All I knew was love. My family.
It's the name of the business.
Yes. My family is a praying family. And we always stuck together. I grew up with my cousins a lot. We lived in the same house. We are very, very tight-knit family. On Sundays after church, we always would go to my aunt's house on Caton Avenue in Brooklyn and have Sunday dinner together. And since I was 4 years old, I was in the kitchen, right? So growing up, it was always, and especially like in the West Indian family, right? It's always, you in grown folks' business, get out, go away, right? And I was always me, but that's not really what it was. I wasn't there to be in the business. I was just observing and soaking up the cooking.
Right.
My dad's mom cooked a lot. It's so nostalgic. I still have smells of food that I remember.
You can remember the actual scent.
I can actually remember and the taste of certain things that she would cook. My mom is a huge cook. My dad cooks. They're great cooks. My uncles, aunts, pretty much everybody in the family cooks.
That's dope.
Except for my cousins, but
It's okay. Y'all was going to school.
Okay. That's what you got me here for.
Right.
But yeah, I have an older brother whom I love dearly. We fought a lot, like sibling rivalry. It's just the two of us.
What's the age difference?
3 years. He's 3 years older than me. Whom I love dearly. And yeah, I mean, I just grew up in the heart of Flatbush, and if you know, Flatbush is a huge melting pot.
Right.
So there's like every Caribbean nationality that you could think of.
Right.
And then you have Sheepshead, and by Midwood, where it's another melting pot of Caucasians. So I was mixed with everybody pretty much.
So you were able to get this from this from this. You have all walks of life around.
All walks of life
That's
around
so
me.
dope.
Yep. And then growing up, like once I hit high school, I realized that I wanted to be in the culinary industry, right? So I would always cut school and go home and cook for my friends.
Wow.
I would. And then, sometimes they'd come over or I'd bring a couple of dishes to school or whatever, and they would eat my food. And I had my son at 19. So I had to drop out of high school, right? So I was pregnant at 18, dropped out, and I got my GED.
All right.
But I
shout out to you.
Yeah. I wasn't playing because education is key.
But I heard that test is super hard.
And guess what? I didn't even study though. Okay. I went in there and did what I did and passed, got my GED, even through me being a single mom at that age.
Were you scared?
I was.
Like, how was it? Because I'm thinking, and this is me, because I'm on the outside. You can correct me. When I think about Caribbean parents, I think like, you better not.
My dad didn't talk to me for months, and I'm a daddy's girl.
Right.
And my dad did not talk to me for months. He was devastated.
Right.
I was heartbroken. Right.
So this was like a first love at first sight, kitty love. Like, what was this? Teenage? That's something. Teenage love type thing.
You could say that, right?
Did y'all go to the same school? Or?
We grew up in the same neighborhood.
Okay.
We grew up in the same neighborhood. We were very close. We were very you didn't see him without seeing me.
Right.
But as kids, these things scare you. So I became a single mom. And my parents, Jesus, my parents, I can't give them enough props.
Things.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I felt that.
That's my parents are. I just can't even.
Amazing.
They're the most amazing, and my family. When I tell you support, I have such a supportive family. We all support each other, and that's a beautiful thing. So I was able to. When Eric was born, my parents really weren't about the culinary life. I was too much work. You're never going to be around. So I went to college, right? And
what did they do?
Well, my mom worked with midwives.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, my mom worked with midwives, and my dad worked in the hospital as an EKG technician.
Okay.
So they both were in the medical field.
Gotcha.
And they were just extremely supportive. When I had Eric, I still went and got my GED, went to college to appease my parents, really. I went and did something. I didn't want to be a clever contestant. I didn't want to do any of that. So I went and I appeased them. I got 3 degrees.
Wow.
Yes. I have liberal arts. I have an associate's in administrative assistant. That's when Catherine Gibbs was open.
Oh,
right?
Catherine Gibbs. Wow. That's a throwback.
And then I went to culinary school. And that in itself was a whole story. At first went to one culinary school. The ceiling vent fell on my back. Left that.
Not on your back.
It sure did, girl. It sure did. Yep.
That's some TV stuff. Not on your back.
It did. So I stopped going to that school. Then I went to New York Institute of Technology.
Okay.
And their curriculum was too vigorous for me as a single mom. So I had to look for something else.
Gotcha. In reference to the schedule you had.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So now I had to go to the Art Institute of New York City, which is my alma mater, which I graduated. But prior to that, listen, I've worked in jobs as a secretary, administrative assistant, but I was always playing solitaire.
Yeah.
I was playing spades and solitaire, and I was not doing my job.
Right. She's like, I want to cook.
Yeah.
So I was just showing up because. Wow.
I finally got into it, got my papers, and it was off from there. My first real job in the industry was at Nassau Coliseum.
Now, how old was Eric?
Eric was maybe 2 years old, 3 years old.
And you were still doing this by yourself?
Yeah.
Was this by choice? Was he going? What happened?
Girl, he just wasn't.
He was just a kid.
I don't know.
Because sometimes I do understand that happens sometimes.
His mentality wasn't there, and
maturity. Okay.
Yeah, and according to him, he did the best he could do, right?
Okay. Well, you can take that.
Yeah,
That's
God bless him. My child is now 25 years old, so there's a lot of things that I've gotten over.
Right.
And I don't hold that grudge anymore.
Thank you for saying that right there.
I've gotten over it.
Because you have to choose to get past it.
Absolutely.
Really
that was a choice. Absolutely.
Really is a choice. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And he's 25, so those days are behind us.
Yes.
I don't really dwell on them anymore. It was heartbreaking, and it was absolutely difficult, but by the grace of God and the help and support and love of my family, I was able to do it.
Yeah.
And from after culinary school, it was no holds bar for me. It really was, and just by nature, growing up in Flatbush, I'm just a hustler by nature.
Right.
You know, and I like my money. My first job, I was 14 years old, and it's not because I had to, it's because I wanted to.
Love that.
I wanted to make my own money. I wanted to be able to give my mother money for the light bill.
Right.
You know, so that was me growing up in my adolescent and teenage years, and you know, early 20s. They were very supportive because I also wanted to live a life, right? So I still was going to parties and all of that, and still trying to find who I was.
Right. That's a bar right there, like, because I mean, let's keep it 100. A lot of people are still trying to find who they are. 30s, 40s, 50 years old.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing, to be able to say I know who I am. That is peace.
Yes.
In itself.
Being able to face who you are.
Yeah, come on with the bars.
And deal with
the woman in the mirror, honey.
Yes. That's a difficult task.
Yeah, it's different.
Yes, to be able to, but when you do that, it sets you free. Right? Because can't nobody tell me about me. Nobody. There's nothing that you could come to me and tell me. I already know I have an attitude. I already know I'm strong-minded and strong-willed. You know, I may come across like that, but in all actuality, my heart is golden.
Right.
And it's real.
Yeah.
You know, I don't sugarcoat things. I'm just who I am. You either love me or leave me alone.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
that's it.
When I walk into a room, let me just be very clear. I walk into that room like I own it, because God is walking with me. He's in that room before I even get in there.
Love that.
So I'm, you know, even when I have fears, my biggest thing is just do it. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. And here's this thing, right, that I've learned in life is when you're going through something that's difficult, as you get older, you realize all the things that you've already been through, you've gotten through them.
Say that.
So it's, you know, you're going to get through it. The difficult part is getting through the get through. You know, but when you're there, you're like, wait, what?
It's him.
Okay? And I've been through some stuff, as you know.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that was, you know, growing up. And then after Eric, I had King. Eric was 16 years old.
Yep. No, it's supposed to be my little one's name.
Yeah.
We ended up naming him Prince.
Prince, yep. I remember when we met you, and her little one is so adorable. It's so delicious. Right?
He is a little yummy. He is.
So I had King, and that was a tumultuous relationship.
And now, what's the age difference between Eric and King?
Eric was 16.
Wow.
Yeah, Eric was 16. I had moved to Florida. So in between, right, I've worked for a lot of mom and pops. I've worked in the Hamptons, did some personal catering. I've worked for a lot of celebrities by being their personal chef. I've traveled abroad. I've cooked for Lenny Kravitz.
Wow.
I've cooked for Alicia Keys. I've cooked for Lil Wayne. I've cooked for Naomi
You
Campbell.
her, you know that? People tell you that?
All the time.
I'm staring at you. I'm like, she looks just like this girl. And it's weird. I feel like I've never noticed before until now. I'm like, she look a lot like her.
All the time.
Wow.
I get Alicia Keys for the twins, Tia and Tamara.
Really?
All the time.
I can see that a little bit. More Alicia Keys, though. I can definitely see
that all the time.
All of them beautiful.
Oh, yes. So, you know, then King came, and that slowed me down a lot, right? Because
so
now
what was that like for Eric?
Again.
Now, what was that like for Eric, though? Because, and just help me with this. Was it a thing of, you know, now you're in your group because you love what you do?
Absolutely.
That is very, very evident. You love what you do. You can tell when people cook that somebody's like, I know how to cook. She's like, no, I cook. It's different.
And I earned that title.
I know that's a fact. Hello.
Because, you know, people walk around talking about just because you could do a fish fry every Friday out your backyard.
Get them, sick of
all respect due to you does not make you a chef.
Sick of. It's a lot of food that's going on.
There's a lot of that. And it upsets people like me because I earned that right.
Yeah.
I earned that title. I worked hard. I put in that work. There, you know, Eric suffered. Right. You know, because as you're working in this industry, you're only advancing. So you start off as the prep person. Right. Then you go into a line cook. Right. And then there's so many different areas on the line. What's
the line like? I would love to know.
The line is hectic. That's what it's like, child.
You know what's funny? You know, I learned more about the line watching the Shy.
The
first season with the guy. I said, they be going through stuff.
Girl. Listen,
it's real deal.
I've had moments of pot throwing. Yes, I have. So here's the thing, right? When I started, being in this industry was so male dominated.
True.
Right?
Gotcha.
So I had a point to prove.
Hello. Well,
okay. And I was just like, yeah, we're not doing that. And the first thing, like, it was so funny. I started at Nassau Coliseum, and I'm just showing off like it's green bell peppers, curling my fingers, and then boom, sliced off my entire thumbnail, girl. They called me Thummy the entire time I was there. Yes.
It's a Thummy showing off.
Thummy, yes, they called me Thummy.
Wow.
But working with men, not only did I have to prove myself, it made me stronger.
Gotcha.
Right? Because what I'm not gonna let you do.
Mm-hmm. Not today.
What I'm not gonna let you do, sir.
Not gonna do.
Okay, is let you think that you're better than me.
Yeah.
Because that's not.
It's not an option. Not today.
Do
you know who my parents are?
Okay.
That ain't happening.
Know where I come
from?
So yeah, I mean, and Eric suffered a lot because as I evolved in my career, it required a lot more of my time. Right. So now you're a sous chef. So now you're a line cook. Then you doing everything on the line. So the sous chef is the second in command.
Okay.
Right. You have your chef de cuisine, and then you have your sous chef. Your sous chef is the person who helps the chef.
So now, when they say this is the order, what happens?
So I get an order, and like it'll come through the machine, the POS system.
Okay.
Right. Comes through. You call out the order.
Okay.
Right. And as a experienced line cook, right? Because what you're doing, you're calling out appetizers, you're calling out entrees, you're calling out, desserts.
I'm not being funny, but explain to people the difference.
Okay, so the appetizer is your first course, right? And then you have either a soup or a salad, or you'll have soup or salad first, and you have an appetizer, and then you'll have an entree, right? Which is the main meal. And then you'll have your dessert.
Okay.
Right. At least that's in the States, because some people in other countries have their desserts first.
I did hear that.
Yep.
And I have seen that.
Yep. Or you'll have like a different amount of cuisines where you'll have like an amuse-bouche, something to touch your palate so you can just try things. But normally in any restaurant, it's your appetizer, soup, salad, entree, dessert, right? So you would call out the order and you would know by the timing. Appetizers got to go first, right? But you can have an appetizer come from the fry station, the salad station, the pizza station.
Like if it's like hot wings.
Yes.
Okay.
So hot wings, drop those wings.
Right.
I just call out hot wings.
Gotcha.
Right? And it would have to take a certain amount of time because now you got to take that out and then you got to wait a certain amount of time in order to drop the entree. But you have tickets all in it on the expo station. Right? So when you're on the line, you're cooking the food, and then the person on the expo, which is usually a general manager, front of the house, or it's the back of the house, who's the head chef, or the sous chef, who's running the expo station. Right? So then the food comes out, then you have your runners, right? The runners are the people, so you have your waitresses and your waiters, right? They take the orders, right? Now, if you ever notice when you're in a restaurant, sometimes the waiter or the waitress is not the person that brings you the food.
Other person brings you food.
That's a runner. Okay, they'll go to the table, to the expo station, get the food, come bring you your food.
Gotcha.
Your waiter, your waitress will come and check on you, see if you need anything else, right? So when a waiter or waitress gets a tip, keep in mind that they're also at the end of their shift taking a percentage out of their tips to give to the busboy and or the runner.
Ooh, I just learned that tonight.
So be generous.
Wow.
And
I'm
nice.
always, please be generous.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that. Please be generous.
Be generous.
But I didn't realize they were splitting it though.
Yeah, they do give at the end of the night a portion. And let's be clear,
that,
right?
That would be the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Though. Yeah, that
absolutely.
makes so much sense.
When you are working as a server, your salary, right? So a server can make $5 an hour, but they live off their tips. So be generous. Don't give anything less than 18%.
Yeah, please do the 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please,
Okay.
please. It's hard out here.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah.
So working in the kitchen is very strenuous. Yeah. It takes a lot out of you. Like I was saying, Eric, he was a trooper. There are times when I used to work at Cheesecake Factory, and there are times when I would put in 14, 15 hours easy. Right. And I would come home smelling up a garlic, onions. Like I literally would have to leave my Crocs outside because they would have a trail of ants. Right. And I would be so beat, I would just drop asleep in my bed, smelling like onions and garlic. Right. And my son went through that. Yeah. So I missed out a lot. And when King was born, I made it my business, and I said I'm not going to do this anymore because he deserves my time. And I deserve, both of them deserve my time. I've given enough to my career for the time being. Now I need to be a mom.
Right.
So I was a mom. I stayed home for the first year, which was, it wasn't easy because I was in a horrible relationship.
Right.
I was in an abusive relationship.
So you weren't working at the time.
I was
the
not.
breadwinner.
He was the breadwinner,
and you stayed at home with
I
the
will never
kids.
do that again, Sean.
Right.
I will never do that again.
Explain,
never say
explain
never,
what you would never
but-
do again. Explain what you would never do
never
again.
say never. But I can't rely on anybody.
Right.
I just can't because it gives them power.
Yeah.
And I don't. I
So
can't.
do you
give that
think
much power.
we don't get off this? But do you think it would be easier if you dealt with a different type of person?
Absolutely.
Because
Most
because
supportive.
I think if you got somebody who all the way up and from day one has been consistent with spoiling you, letting you know you don't gotta go back to work.
I don't know that life though. I don't know that life, and I don't think that I would.
That hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened, but I don't think that would ever be me, right? Because I have to be able to make my own. This is just who I am. I can't rely on other people to bring to me.
But you can also make your own in other ways.
This is true.
There's passive income. You can have properties in different places
This is
and be
true.
making your own money in
This
your
is
sleep
true.
while you're traveling with your handsome somebody.
That is absolutely
I'm just saying.
correct. And we're working on it. We're working on it, right, boo? Wink, wink.
Wink. I love that. Love that. So now you're in this situation, this toxic situation, and also the thing is this what I would like. You don't have to tap into it too much, but I want people to understand as a parent, and you realizing like at this time I want to give my children my time, so I've chosen this person to be in our life as well, and both of my children are feeling what's going on with me. So how did you get up out of that part of it, the emotional distress part of it? And let me say this, did you? Because sometimes we can carry things on and don't even realize it.
Right.
We just made it a normalcy.
Right.
So try to, if you can share, like, how did you come up out of that and what was the transition like?
First of all, it was extremely difficult because it's not what I had planned. Right. But they say you have your plans and God laughs at you.
Listen, They say whatever plan you have, God will be chuckling, child.
Yes.
Because he got a bigger one.
He was chuckling.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plan.
That's right.
That's the phrase. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
Yeah.
So it was hard. It took me a few times. It took me a few times to muster up the courage
to get it.
Yep. But I did, with the support of my family and my friends. And let me just tell you, I have an amazing group of girlfriends. I love them all so dearly. And these are girlfriends that I've had for 20 plus years.
Love that.
Right?
Love that.
And there's no judgment. They're always just there to hover over you and love on you and pray with you, and that was a big thing for me. Yeah. Prayer was a big thing. And let me tell you, it was difficult because I used to sit with this man in church.
Wow.
Right? This man would curse me out and then get up in the pulpit. Okay? So it was very difficult. Yes, it was extremely difficult for me because I was torn in many different ways. Yeah. Like, wait, what was happening? But I always knew who I was, right? It was just finding me again. Right? And with the help of my family and my friends and even some of his family members, right? They helped me get through it. Now, there are still moments, this is 10 years now, right? 9 years. So there are still moments that I have triggers, right? And nobody can ever tell you to get over it or how long it's going to take for you to get over it, because
thank you for saying that.
I look at my boy every day and I'm reminded every day.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of prayer, a lot of just, when I tell you gospel music was my thing, there was no hip hop, there was no reggae, there was no nothing. It was Tamala Man.
Yeah, getting God's face.
Ooh, girl. It was, and when I tell you church, I would go up to the altar and just drop. And just
even at the altar.
Drop, girl. It was like, it was lots of tears, therapy. Therapy and just God.
God plus therapy, honey.
God
plus therapy will get you through.
And sometimes I could think about how I felt, and I just know I don't ever want to be there again. So you kind of learn the do's and the don'ts. and you learn what red flags look like.
Boom.
You know, to trust your instinct.
Yeah.
And that's maybe the best advice that I've ever gotten, was to always trust my gut.
Right.
Because there's always that little thing.
It's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, there's
the Holy
always
Spirit.
that little thing in you telling you,
Yeah, God be like,
this ain't for you.
Excuse me. Hi. What are you doing?
Yeah,
for real. It's the
and
Holy
you
Spirit.
always want to, you just keep going, and it didn't work out. But I must say that because of my adversities, I am where I am today.
Yes.
Because after that, I moved to Georgia, and Georgia wasn't a good move for me. And
Why Georgia?
I just wanted something new. My cousin, I had family out there, and I knew that I was going to rock Georgia, but it just didn't work out for me. God said, you got to come back because you have things to handle.
Gotcha. So how old was King then?
He was about 4 years old.
Okay. So this is a 2-year. So within the 2 years, well, 4 technically, you had to really get it together. You had to get it together, and your children are watching you do this. I'm sorry, I'm a boy mom. That's what I was gonna say. So that's why I keep emphasizing, because when let me just say this, and then we're gonna move on. As mothers, right, we have to really be mindful of who we bring into our children's lives.
Absolutely.
Because just like you said, how it affected you, it affects them as well,
mm-hmm.
and their makeup.
Yep.
So you have to be able to, for one, recognize certain things, because some kids shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids just repeat what they see, hear, and things of that nature. And as mom, you still got to be mom while you heal. So there's no manual to this thing.
Talk about
you know what I'm saying? There's no manual to this thing. So you have to be mindful as parents of who you bring. This is for each father, mother, whoever, who you bring into your children's lives, because they are now a part of them.
Absolutely.
So then now you have to work extra hard to kind of reset them.
Resetting is not
reset is serious. Reset is different. Okay?
It really is.
And you owe your children. Let's say that. You got to be real with yourself. You owe it to your children. You really do.
Absolutely.
You owe it to your children.
They didn't ask to be put here.
No.
They didn't pick that boyfriend or girlfriend for you.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you owe it to them to put the work in, to take that time to heal yourself, and to give them whatever they need in reference to help.
Absolutely.
Girl,
so
you bad.
What was happening when I had to come back to New York, I don't know how long this is going to take me. Let me start looking for a job. Started looking for a job. I got an interview with this company, Training Institute of Technology, and ironically, or just crazy enough, I went on this interview, and I'm talking to these two gentlemen, and one of them, I'm like, it looks so familiar to me. And he said, did you used to go to the culinary school on such and such in Post Avenue? I said, that's the school where the ceiling vent up on my back.
Right. God always brings
Girl,
around.
He was the operator and owner of that culinary program. He sure was.
Ooh, you should say, where my check at?
Girl, but
my back hurt.
Right. So he was like, you sued the school, did the building. I said, I sure did.
Good.
I sure did. Because it wasn't his build, right?
Right.
So I sure did that. And because they know, or he knew that I was into this, and they hired me, right? And because of my
it's God.
And that's how I ended up at Roosevelt.
Wow.
That's how I ended up at Roosevelt. And I met this angel.
So Roosevelt is the town, the district that she works in.
Right.
I just want to make sure people know.
Then I met an angel by the name of Dr. Dion Wynn.
Come on. Wynn?
Dr. Dion Wynn. That woman believed in me so much, and believed in what I had to offer these kids. Then we cut out the middleman. And it's all me.
It's all her.
It's all me now.
She ain't lying.
So Jetem has a new entity to add to the book, right?
To the portfolio.
That's right. So not only am I a caterer, I'm an educator.
Yes.
Right? So, and then this is the best, most gratifying job I have ever had in my entire career. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
Growing up, my father, when I had the kids, why don't you go be a teacher?
See?
Be a teacher, so that way you could have the time off with it. I don't want to be no
God
teacher.
be knowing, y'all.
Yes. I don't want to be no
everything
teacher.
is for his purpose. You be
Right.
thinking like, I don't know why this was going on when I was a kid. You be like,
look at me now.
Look at me now.
Look at me
It
now.
always comes together because he's intentional with everything he does.
And I'm 6 years in, and the beauty about working where I work is we're a family.
Say that.
We are a family. And the beautiful thing about it, to touch what we were talking about earlier when you're speaking about your kids and wanting to have certain people in their lives, their teachers, there's a lot of that in Roosevelt. It's a community.
Right.
And a lot of us care about the well-being of the youth, you know, and it's like, I never in a million years would have ever said this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Come on, God.
I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I have students who continue their education, who get partial scholarships for culinary arts, who I help them get jobs for their internships, because in order to get the credits for my class, you have to get an internship.
Love it.
Right? So this past class that I had now, they're working at Nouveau Kitchen on Hempstead Turnpike.
Come on in here.
Yes. I have kids who are in college going to be chefs, taking culinary arts as a major.
All right, listen, stop trying to make a thug cry. Don't even do it.
You already know what time it is, girl.
That's amazing.
I'm not playing with these kids. I push them, and a lot of my kids are special needs, right? However, I don't, the key, what I think is the key is, they're just like you and me.
It's the patience.
Yeah.
The patience.
And this job taught me patience. Let me just take.
I was gonna share that with you guys. That's one of the things she said. She said, being able to teach Roger has taught me so much patience. She's like, I didn't even know I had this in me. I said, okay. I said, no. She was like, no, but it's been rewarding. I said, I'm glad.
Yes, it has been. I just love what I do. I love the people I work with. And to be honest, that's my happy place. Right. Who gets up in the morning and says, I'm going to work? That's my happy place. I do.
Right.
I do. Because
child, that's everything.
I learn something new every day. They teach me something. And the beauty about it, right, is working with our kids. Right.
Say that one.
It's working with our kids, teaching our kids a life skill. Because let's be for real, a lot of our girls can't boil water.
The facts.
And that's a shame.
I'm alright.
Okay.
Okay. He's still eating. And if you can't, holler at your girl, right? Like, I've been working up my life. I wasn't really in the kitchen like that. Shout out to my brother. He the one who's
hey, bro. But so it's you teaching them something, and you just something that they can carry the rest of their lives.
Forever.
And I don't even see people stop and tell me how dope I am. Whatever. It's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's being humble or what. It's just what I do.
Yeah.
It's just
see, when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
Nope.
It doesn't feel like work.
When I have catering and I have events for 30, 40, 50, 100 people. Woo!
Yeah.
First of all, I
feel that thing.
I'm up for 3 days straight. Them 5-hour shots, I'm chug-a-lugging. Okay? All day.
She's like a sea moss.
Girl.
Wow.
And I do not play in the kitchen.
Right.
I don't. When I'm running a gig, when I have a gig, I'm a perfectionist because I'm dealing with people's lives.
Right.
And because I'm
and memories.
Yes.
Because you can listen, if the food ain't right, it's a problem. People remember that. They remember, like, the place was nice, but the food was trash.
Yes.
Like, they remember.
Yes.
So the food has to be okay.
It does.
Like, that's a big deal.
And your energy, right? Your energy is such a big deal when you're cooking for people. You wanna be able to give off good vibes.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm not in a good space, I don't want to cook because I know that energy goes into my food.
Right. With that one, Erica.
So I don't, I try to learn to pick and choose my battles when it comes to certain things. And when I'm in the kitchen, I've been known to be called a tyrant. But at the end of the day, we give hugs, you get your money, you eat, you drink, you have fun. Everybody's happy, right? And prior to my events, I hold a little meeting. And I let them know, nothing I'm telling you, don't take it to heart, don't take it personal. I love you, I'm letting you know right now, but we about to kick some ASS. It's going down. Everybody focus.
Right.
So there are people like, whatever, but they have fun and they come back, they work again. All my clients, thank you so much to my supporting clients, my reoccurring clients, my people who are constantly coming back, who are spreading the love. Like, I have some clients who will not hire anybody else but me. And they, listen, it could be one tray of chicken.
Right.
You can go to the restaurant for that. They're calling Jatem.
Love that.
They're calling Jatem.
She's like, I'm on demand, honey.
Yes.
God.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
Okay?
Not just a hashtag.
Yes.
This is in real life.
And it took me some time to get here. And let me tell you, with Jatem, my parents have been nothing but a blessing. My aunts and my uncles, nothing but a blessing.
So does the family come in
Absolutely.
to do the catering?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Yes. And people want to know how you stay so little and you a chef, because I'm always eating or whatever.
And running.
It's because of that work,
Yeah,
right? It's because of that work.
Right.
And it's a lot. And you in the kitchen, you sweating all the time. And it's just, it's so much fun for me, right?
I love that.
It really is fun. It's work. It's hard work. It's tiring, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's rewarding.
It is. It is.
It's
and
you.
I love these kids so much.
I love that. I love that.
Give
Give us something that stands out in reference to you being, teaching the children. Give us like a scenario, because now you're teaching the little ones too.
Mm-hmm.
So, share something with us, maybe like, okay, so like where she's teaching in Roosevelt's kind of like Hempstead to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get like a bad rap. You know what I mean? They only hear about the violence and this kind of stuff. But there's some amazing people. Like Dr. Wynn, shout out to her.
Cassandra Jackson, excuse me, she's another amazing.
A bunch of people who are fighting for there to be a different outlook of Roosevelt.
Yes.
So share with us something that may stand out. Maybe like there's a student who, maybe had issues at home and they came to let me know like this was like this safe place. Like, if you could think of something, give me something.
So I have a student, this past student, I'm gonna say her name, Audrey.
Okay.
Audrey's Haitian. Mm-hmm. Audrey came, went to high school out here, didn't have the best situation, but she's so amazing, this young lady. This year I had 2 semesters, 2 different classes, where usually it's just one class takes the whole year.
Right.
Right. So when her time was up, she couldn't get a job, right, because of her living situation.
Okay.
So what I did,
you said her time is up this semester or the school
year?
Yeah,
the semester. So she's a senior, but her semester with me was up.
Okay.
So what I did was talk to the powers that be, had her intern with me, right? So she interned with me and she stayed with me and she learned, and I had her do things on her own, like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Like, for instance, I sell the jars of épices, which is the green seasoning. Mm-hmm. I sell the pickles, which is the pickled hot pepper. Mm-hmm. I sell something called sheep dye, which is a pickled spicy herring. I had her do them all. And I give her a cut.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. I'm gonna show you a couple of times and you do it. When I need some jars, you do it. And she did it. And at the end of the semester, at the end of the school year, she graduated with honors. She graduated with scholarship money. That's my girl. And she is the epitome of working hard gets you somewhere. This girl didn't skip a beat.
Let's go.
No matter what she was going through, no matter, and she always was, she's a strong individual. She is a strong individual. And I made, she brought her sister to come and meet me. And, not for nothing, the kids, if they need something, come to me. I don't care if it's $5.
Right.
I don't care if you're hungry. I don't care if you need a shirt. You come to me, because I'm put in a position, I've been blessed in this position where I can help you. So, and if shoes were on the other foot and my kid comes to somebody, please help my baby.
Erica, please help my
baby. And I think that's one of the reasons why I am who I am, because of my kids. Yeah. Because I want somebody to be me for them. Yeah.
Come on, Erica.
Okay, so who I am to these kids, I need somebody to be there for my babies. Because I got black babies.
Yes. And it's different for ours. It's different for ours. We have to create opportunities for ours. Amen? Right. So
So this young lady, she got tons of scholarships, and then when she graduated, I wasn't able to make the graduation, right? I was away. And she wrote me this letter or a text just thanking me for everything that I've done for her. But here's the thing, right? I didn't do anything for you. You did that.
Come on here.
You did that. You did that by showing up. That's you. Okay? Now, I have kids who love my class but don't show up. So you're not going to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Show up. She showed up every day. That's right. That's right. So she put in. And look, she's in Haiti right now. She would call me. Her mom would call me from Haiti to talk to me. I have parents relationships. Like, for instance, I called another one of my students, Sanaya. I called, she graduated this year. I called her, and her mom, hey, Chef! How you doing, Chef? I miss you, Chef. When we gonna go hang out for drinks? The stuff, I'm with it.
Right.
You establish these relationships with these parents because you're loving on their kids. And not for nothing, I'll pick up a phone and let them know, look, your child is messing up.
Right,
What's up?
right.
We on the same team?
Everybody good?
Because can I
Can
I cause some wreck right here? Because your child needs some wreck.
Give me the go. Give me the go.
And you know, like I'm not just we're a village.
Yes. We have to be
a village.
Absolutely.
Because Roosevelt's not getting what Dix Hills is getting.
Right.
So I know what Dix Hills. Look, I've had students come and say, I've never had lobster before. I never had steak before. My family can't afford it. Oh, guess what? You having steak and lobster? Yeah.
We doing it. I'm your first.
Have never tried. Some have never tried sushi. Some have never tried caviar. Some have never tried pate. And I'm bringing this out of, because this is not on the school budget. This is my money.
Right.
And because you're going to experience,
you're exposing them to different things.
Love that. Taking kids to the class trip where we went to MoFat, the Museum of Food and Drink in Harlem. I took them to Red Rooster, where they were able to have that experience and meet people who mean something in Harlem. Our people who stand for something, you know, and
pillars.
Yes. And just show them different avenues. Like, for instance, I was on Cooks vs. Cons, right?
Bring it up.
Yeah, I was on Food Network about 5 or 6 years ago. And this is part of my curriculum. Right? I show them this because you need to know sky's the limit. It just doesn't stop here.
That's when Roger was in your class.
Yes, it was, because he was on the show. He was on it. Yes. I remember. It was a chicken Caesar salad. I remember.
I said, wow.
It was a great time. So the kids get a whole, like, oh my God, my teacher's famous.
Yeah,
and
she's on TV.
She's on TV.
So
So it's great. It gives them incentive, right? So not only you see, I am owning my own business. I'm teaching. I cooked in a restaurant. I cook for celebrities. I've traveled abroad. I do personal chefing for just regular mom and dad, your mom and dad. So sky's the limit. You can do this. You can do this. If you could dream it, you could achieve it, right?
The facts.
And I'm a living testimony of that. Because there were some things that I didn't think that I'd be able to get out of.
Right.
Oh,
come on, God. His plan is planning, honey.
You know, and listen, every day I wake up, I thank the Lord and I ask the Lord to order my steps.
Yeah.
Every day is your plan. This is your plan.
Yeah.
And you just have to have faith and let it go. Just trust that He got your back. I look, at this point in my life, I don't even question it.
I know that's a fact.
I don't even question it because I know everything that I've been through, He's gotten me out of. Everything that my family has been through, He's gotten us out of it. You know what I mean? And if we're not out of it, we're getting out of it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the
Love
thing
that.
is, we stick together.
Right.
All right. No matter what, we stick together, and I'm a strong believer in that. And it's just these kids teach me so much. The teachers teach me so much. Dr. Wynn, Miss Jackson, everybody that I work with, the whole village, man. I love that place.
You have to. I want people to understand what she keeps emphasizing is the support. The support. And when you have that kind of support and love, it's almost innate for you to give it back. So that's what that is. So, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, God is nudging you to, you know, get involved with the community or get involved with the youth. Please do it. Please do it, because not every student has the intellect or, you know, the academic skill set, you know, to do college.
Right. That's a good,
But this here, they can take with them forever.
Absolutely.
You never, first of all, listen, the right person eat your food and fall in love. That could be all you need. And you next thing you know, you like, wait, it's so many offers coming to me. I don't know what to do. You go from not having nothing going on to, wait, time out. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to get back to you. You understand what I'm saying? That's how God works.
Turning down events.
Yeah, you turn down money because you got bigger checks coming.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever it is, you know, that you are into, or, you know, you're feeling like I'm trying to figure things out, push through. You know, ask God for clarity on what it is and watch Him move. Because if you listen to what she's saying and how everything went chronologically, God was always there. She just had to get to the next step. you already had whatever waiting for her.
Mm-hmm.
She just had to make a step.
Girl, and I'm excited about my future because it's not done.
Tap into that. So now let me ask you this: with the TV show, what made you do that?
A friend of mine, he's a chef too. I was like, I'm not doing that. Who cares? And he was on it. He got chosen to be on it. So he was like, just do it. And this is somebody who would always call me and ask me
See that
for culinary advice.
the relationship,
right?
Pay attention.
So he used to watch me on social media. So we became cool on social media because he was getting into his chef career.
Gotcha.
So he would always ask me these things, right?
So somebody who hasn't been in the chef game long encouraged you to do the TV.
Yes.
Y'all better stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop playing out here.
And I wasn't with it. I was like, whatever. And just do it. You don't do it, I'm gonna do it for you. So I did it. And girl, within an hour, I got a response. Yes. They looked at my stuff on social media. Here's the thing.
Wait, time out. We didn't know exactly how this thing went. Time out.
Yeah.
Okay, she's talking about chef versus. Look, I can't even talk now.
Cooks versus cons. Yep.
You. Huh?
Yeah. On the Food Network. Within an hour, they called me. Yep. And then I did the whole interview process, right? And they liked me so much that they had me as that person to fill in. So you would come in as the person that, coming on the show. You would come in on the day that you're scheduled to come and do the show.
Wow.
Right? But me, they had me there every day for the week. Because just in case another chef didn't show up, they wanted me to take
make sure you were in the loop.
So I was there every day, getting paid every day up until the day it was my show.
That is fire.
Which was great.
I bet it was. About some which was great.
Right? It was great. But I should have won. All those that seen that show, I should have won, right? I ain't like that girl with burnt ham. She won. It's like, who wants burnt ham?
What did you made lamb chops?
I did. You remember?
I remember the
lamb chops.
It was a thing in my house, honey. We was not playing. We was like, come on, chef, get it, run! Like it was intense. So I can imagine how you was feeling because I'm at home like this, and Stitch like, girl, hurry up.
But it was so natural, right? Once the cameras come on, it was just like you're so focused.
You have that personality too, though.
I love being out in the open.
Yeah. Because she was talking smack and everything.
I sure was.
She like, I'm ready to get it together. I said, ooh. And they looking at her like,
and that's me in real life, though.
That's what they good. I said, no, this is really hard, though. This ain't, she ain't revving it up.
I wasn't.
This is how she is.
So I had my Haitian flag on, repping and everything. It was such a great time.
Dope.
But for me, the best part about it is, okay, I didn't win, right? And I wasn't sad about winning because whatever. But the best part about it, for me, was being able to take this back to my kids.
Yes. Now it's a part of your curriculum.
It is. It absolutely is. To this day, Thursday, the kids are going to be watching me. My little ones, that's what they're going to be watching. Yes. So, I mean,
love that. And also, she, like on these shows, they tell you about the actual chef in their life. Mm-hmm. So when I was saying my son was on there with her, he wasn't physically on there with her, but they showed a clip of her class at that time. So listen,
they were so excited to see themselves on TV too.
Awesome. It was amazing. So awesome. And then I shared it on Facebook. I'm like, look at her. Chef Erica, she's amazing. I'm like, look at what she's doing. It was so awesome. It was just awesome. It was awesome.
I actually got a call earlier this year from Chef Ramsay's people.
Wow.
Yeah. But that one is more like just so much
Tell
more
him who he
intense.
is.
Chef Ramsay is that chef that's going to get in your face.
Yeah.
And he will curse you out.
Yeah.
And he will throw your shrimp across the room.
Yeah, I don't see you doing that because you're going to lay hands and feet.
Child.
You're going to lay hands and feet. He ain't going to be able to do that to you. She's like, ain't enough money.
I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I literally was practicing. Like, if he comes here, I just got to get this ill grill. I got to get the ill grill to give him, not only so the ill grill could get the airtime, right? So he could also feel that burn. Like, don't play with
like,
me.
You're not this one, sir.
Not today.
Not this one. Not
no,
this one, sir. She's like, I'm from Brooklyn.
Right.
I wouldn't advise that.
But it was something that would have consisted of me being away for 5 weeks.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? So I was like, look, we do one show. I mean, and not for nothing. I didn't want to do it. Right? I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to because I didn't want to be away from my kids. I did go through the whole interview process, the physical, everything. But
There's a physical?
yeah, girl, you gotta go and girl, they want your blood. They
What
swab
are they
you.
gonna do with that?
They check for everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Okay.
Psychiatric. Listen, I had a shrink. I had to sit with a shrink.
Oh, well, I get that part.
I had to do
Because
everything.
you're dealing with knobs.
Yes, I had to deal with it. And they
Y'all
wanted to
okay
know
up
that you
here?
were stable enough to deal with this man
Right,
yelling at
right.
you all the time. Right? So I don't know if I just didn't show enough, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was just normal, like, whatever.
Yeah. Like,
you want me,
okay.
you want me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then they hit me with the okie doke and were like, we gonna go with somebody else.
Yeah.
Which was fine because that's what God ordered, right?
Right.
He needed me to be in that school.
Right.
Because if I did that, I would have had to lose time at work
Right.
and lose time with these kids. So the prize was like $250,000. Look, and so the prize $250,000, and you have to run one of his restaurants.
Oh, wow.
running
Yeah,
a
no.
restaurant. You can't pay me enough
Yeah.
to work
No, I
like
got
that
part.
anymore.
Yeah.
And to be having somebody yell at me. It's not happening. If anybody's gonna be the boss at anything, it's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
me.
you. Got you. She said, listen, I got stripes,
That's
kid.
it.
I got
That's
numbers
it.
on my body.
Period. And look, not that
She's
I'm
like, you cool and everything, but I'm cool too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I got you.
And sometimes it's okay to turn down things, you
Right.
know, even if it
Absolutely.
seems like it's big,
yes,
you know,
absolutely.
it's okay to turn down. And I felt okay with not being picked
Right.
because I knew I had a bigger purpose.
Sorry.
I knew that I had other things to
Mhm.
do, right? So I was okay with it. Once again, I didn't want to go. Like, I didn't want to run your kitchen.
She's like, so I got options.
Right.
You don't
Exactly,
I
sis.
got options.
Yes.
It's all good.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Good luck.
And I love what I do, and I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay. And look, I'm going up and up from there. I'm going up and up
Yeah.
from there because now I want to work on the food truck. So that way the food truck, right, can also give back to the community.
Right.
So now I'm just trying to find out how am I going to do all of this and still be able to give my time to that and give my time to this, right? So the food truck is, I could get kids to intern on my truck.
That's a fact.
Easy.
That's a fact. Listen, we were in Maryland for a track meet. It was kids.
Mm.
The mom was handling the money.
See, look
Take
at
her
that.
orders.
That's right.
She like this, such and such, such and such, passing it back.
That's
and I'm
right.
I said, what is he, 15? And he head nodding. I said, look, little boy, like I'm 43, back up. But he getting the food, cooking it up, cooking the food. It was kids.
That's amazing.
And she's sitting there counting the money.
That's right. We gotta
Such
teach
and
our
such.
kids.
She's like passing the ticket back, passing the ticket back.
That's
She's like,
it.
such and such, where's such and such, and I hear him giving her the, like it's
Mhm.
coming. I said, this is dope.
Yeah,
This
we
is
gotta
dope.
teach our kids to be
You
entrepreneurs,
have to. You have to.
right? Like you touched on, you don't have to go to college. You can learn a life skill through a trade school, right? And this can carry you for the rest of your life,
Real.
and you
Facts.
make excellent money.
And let me just, because I don't even know about, I think I told you, I'm not sure if I told you. Because of the life skill that she opened up for my son, he started making his own hair pomade.
No, you didn't tell me.
Yeah. Yes, wave grease. Ingredients. So I said, oh, he ain't cooking up food. It is edible, but he's still cooking. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the skills, would you think it's just something, a class you just might have just taken by happenstance, or you just meet somebody by happenstance?
Yeah.
God always brings it back around because he has purpose for you.
Amen.
So there you go with that.
I feel so good in walking
Yes,
in my
ma'am.
purpose. I
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
I do. It's
Awesome.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's peace in that.
There absolutely
It's
is.
peace in that.
There absolutely is. Yep. Knowing where you came from,
Mm-hmm.
knowing where you at, and just knowing that you want to keep going. I don't know where I'm going.
Right.
I have no idea.
But it's higher.
Exactly. I was just going to say
It's higher.
it's up from here.
Love that.
It's up from here.
Love
And
that.
guess what? If I fall, I'm getting right back up.
Facts.
I'm getting right
The
back up.
facts.
Even if I stay down there for a second, it's okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I'ma
Come on,
get up.
Erica.
I'm going to get up.
So now, third baby. How old is he now?
She,
That's a girl.
Amaya Janae. That's my little girl.
How I missed that? Amaya.
Amaya.
Now, how old is Amaya?
She's 2.5.
She's 2.5.
My little princess.
So now, what is that like? Being a boy mom for so long, and then now having a little mama.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, when did she come about, right? How did that happen? We didn't see you pregnant. So I wasn't pregnant,
Okay.
right? So I got a blessing. I'll just put it that way. We've been through some things, and like I said, family, we stick together.
Absolutely.
So she's mine.
Yes.
And she's my niece. She calls me mommy. And she's a mini me. Let me just say, her birthday is 7 days before mine, so she's an Aquarius.
She's like, I'm raising me,
girl. My mother and my father say all the time.
Wait, when's her birthday?
January 24th.
On the 20th.
Yes. Yeah. You're on the cusp.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on the cusp.
So she is literally. My mother say, reminds me of someone.
She
bossy.
said, raising you.
Yep. She is bossy. She bosses my boyfriend around. She bosses King around. Eric, not so much, because she knows she can't mess with Eric too tough. My father, forget it, wrapped around his finger.
All the way wrapped.
But she's such a joy. She's such a joy. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I didn't want this. I did not. This is not, I was done having kids. King was 8.
Okay.
Whatever, 7. I was bringing him applications.
Okay.
Here, fill out this job. You gotta go get a job.
She like, you got a couple more years for that working paper.
Let's start you earlier.
Like, you can start bagging up in seats.
Something.
Let's go.
And then boom. Can you imagine what I was feeling? So many different, and still to this day, so many different things going through me.
You're like, I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm in this.
But I have my moments, I must say, because I'm so free spirited. Right. And I like to be able to get up and go and do what I have to do. So since I got her the catering business. See, let me just say this.
Come on.
God knows exactly what he's doing. And he put me in position to be able to take care of this baby.
Right.
He did. Because if I don't know how I would have done it. But God put me in this position. Before she even came, I'm going to bless you with this.
Wow.
Because you have no idea what's about to happen. So when that comes, you're going to be able to hold it down.
Ready.
And again, my parents, family, extremely supportive. Okay? I still could go to trips. I just came back from Colombia.
Okay.
All right? And it's because of my family. But she came into my life, and she's a blessing, and we absolutely love her. Yeah. And I am so glad and grateful. Let me say that again. I am so glad and grateful that I am able to do it. Because there aren't many people who can do it, right? There aren't many people who would do it.
Say that.
Okay, so I don't know what's gonna come out of this. I still sometimes I'm like, why me? Why? Like, what are you doing? God said, all right, it's time for you to sit down because you be in these streets too much. Okay, it's time to sit down.
He don't give us more than we can bear.
Amen.
He doesn't.
I'd say that on
He
a
knows
daily,
our strength.
He knows. Daily. And every day I am shown who I am and how much strength I have. Every day. Because I go through it.
Right.
I go through it mentally. Sometimes I could be in this quick depressive state and I have to snap out of it. I know what it's like to be in a depression. I don't ever want to be there anymore.
Right.
But with her, she can't help but to laugh. She's energetic. And the fact that she has 2 big brothers is amazing.
Yeah.
King takes care of this little girl.
Because now he's a big brother.
Yeah. And he loves it. He loves it.
Oh, he's enjoying her.
She's such a doll.
Oh,
she's bossy. She's independent. She's an Aquarius, man.
Listen.
Are we
loyal,
girl?
We ambitious.
Girl, and
we finish strong in everything we do. We made 4. We're gonna get back up.
Yep.
She's you.
She is absolutely me. And you know what? Look, at this point, it is what it is.
King probably prayed for her. King probably said, I want to be a big brother too. This ain't right.
That's when I got a dog.
No, I'm saying that because it's
oh,
be like,
get him a dog. He'd be like, a dog.
Let's go. I'm like, sorry, Becca.
Right.
Get away from my uterus.
Right. Do you know what y'all cost? Come on.
Erica, that's amazing.
God is good.
I mean, my heart fluttered. That's amazing. That's amazing. He knows what you can bear.
Yes.
And he knows she needs you.
She does. and I need her.
Yeah.
I need her.
It's the bars for me. It's the bars, people. It's the bars. Told her she was amazing. Oh my goodness. So mother of 3, chef to the world. I'm about to make you a shirt that says that. Chef
I
to the
love
world.
that.
I love that too.
I love that.
I'm gonna have to hashtag that when I post your photo. Chef to the world.
I love that. That's awesome.
That's fire.
It is.
That's fire. Don't nobody steal it.
Don't.
Okay.
We
She about to
coming
trademark that. How about that?
Okay.
Yo, chef to the world. I love that. You
That was
have
great,
been an inspiration, an encouragement. You've educated so many that one young lady, was able to write your letter, but there's so many who probably didn't maybe have the opportunity to tell you what you meant to them. Be an emotional child. Stop trying to make a thug cry, Erica.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Stop this.
You know us Aquariuses, we be thug on the outside, but real soft on the inside.
Super Twinkie-ish. On the low. Your gift, first of all, knowing what you want to do as a child, that always gets me every time. I admire people who God speaks to their spirit as a child, and they know, even though they might be doing something else, they know what their calling is, because it's a gift.
Yes.
It's a gift. What you created for yourself, what you are doing, in our communities. You are a village to our kids, and you are a gift. What is next for you? I know you mentioned the food truck. I know you have your daughter now, the 2 little ones. What do you see for yourself? I know you mentioned Bay on the low. I think that I caught
Bay.
Husband, future husband.
Future husband.
What is next for you? And leave us with something.
I do not know. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what's next for me. I can only say that I have all these plans in my head. And as an Aquarius, we always
know. I promise you. I wish we could just attach something to our head to just write it down.
Yes.
We're like this. We
all the
stop.
time.
We don't stop.
It's like a hamster wheel.
Yeah, we don't stop.
All the time. So I have all these ideas, right? I have friends who want to invest in me. Well, let's open this restaurant. Oh, let's open this. Let's open that. Like, nah, it's too much work. I don't feel like it. The food truck is where I'm at. So in my head, it's the food truck. But again, every day is God order my steps.
She said in her head.
Yeah. So I could walk outside right now and somebody could say, "Oh, Chef Erica, I got this subject to change." Right? Yep. So I do not know.
Wow.
Whatever God has for me, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. I pray that marriage is in my future. I pray because I come from family, right? So I want to be able to give my kids that, right? And I want to be able to give me that because guess what? I deserve that. Okay, I deserve that.
Who's she talking to though?
He know,
but who's she talking to? Not about whoever, because they sit there like, yeah, I deserve happiness.
Yes, you do.
I'm good right now.
Yes.
But I would like to spend it with someone.
Absolutely. You know what they say, when he finds a good.
That's the one.
And listen,
he who finds a good.
Amen.
Hello.
Okay. And listen, I'm already somebody's wife.
Yeah, say that one.
I'm already somebody's wife.
Say that one.
So that honestly is where my heart is, like family. And everything else, it'll just fall into place. I honestly can't even tell you where I'm going. I don't know. But I know I would like to continue with kids. I would like to make a difference. I would like to always be there for them. Right. And not just in school, because a lot of my kids could still call me. Kids that graduate, right. They could still call me like, "What's up, Chef? I got this issue." Because I make myself that person for them. Right. I bring myself down to, not to say down to your level, but I'm an adult. So if I have to be that person where you can look in the eye and feel like you're speaking to another 17-year-old, I'm that person.
You make yourself available. Right. You're approachable.
Yeah. And I will come to you and be like, "What's popping?"
Why you looking like that? What's up?
Yeah.
What happened to that?
And look, I'm from the hood too. I grew up on Flatbush, so I know what time it is. Yeah. Right? There's nothing new under the sun to us.
Right. Facts.
Right? We grew up in the hood, so we know what's happening.
And we feel energy too.
Okay.
We be knowing.
I don't know. I do not know, but I just pray to God that whatever it is, it entails kids. and then I'm able to keep doing what I do in this industry. I don't see me doing anything else.
Okay.
It has to be tied into culinary.
Right.
But I don't know, maybe in my next life I'll be an actress or a singer or something. Because the thing she'll be
chef ranked.
Yeah, right?
Cut it fast.
I'll be singing it to them.
Like, then she respond to the camera, I'm just playing, y'all. But no, cut that fast for real.
Right. Oh, that goes down like that too. But yeah, so I don't know. I just want to continue being great.
Have you ever had a year where you were so booked and busy? Like, let me ask you this, because I want to help somebody when it comes to the business side of things. When it comes to like the financial part, because I know like for certain businesses, the taxes situation and legalities and things like that, have you ever had like real serious issues connected to that with the business? Or has it always
Bless up Michael Lubin.
Who's this?
Let me say this. He is my accountant / tax preparer.
Boom.
He is also my he is God sent. He is
So he's
a
like a
mentor to me. He really, really is. There is nothing that I can't speak to him and with him about when it comes to business, even my personal life.
Right.
He's been a business owner for many years. He does as Jackson Hewitt right now. Jackson Hewitt, Michael Lubin.
Oh, I know Jackson Hewitt.
Yep, he has his own franchise. And he's an inspiration. This man works so hard. He's been nothing but supportive. When it comes to my financial aspect of things, he takes care of things for me. He actually helped me get started with Jetem.
Wow.
He did. So let me just tell you, Jetem started by me going to all these Haitian parties. Right? And what I would do, my cousin she still makes fun of me, Stephanie, still makes fun of me about it. Like, yo, remember when we used to go to Club A and we would get like the griot and we get the lumpy and we'd be like two greedy people in the club just eating, and I'd always look at you like, why are you making me eat in the club? Right? So I figured, right? So now I started going to the club on Jamaica, somewhere on Jamaica Avenue. I forget the name of it. I forget. So I would start going there, and then I would, make acquaintances. I'm a cute girl, so all the dudes are like, who's shorty, right? So I would make acquaintances with all these promoters, and then it dawned on me one day. I was talking to Mike. And I said, wait a minute, I could start selling food out of here, party for free, drink for free, and make money. So this guy, his name is Boogie. We call him Boogie. He owns a restaurant called Cache on Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn.
That sounds familiar.
It's a Haitian restaurant lounge. His name is Robinson, aka Boogie. And he used to manage this group called Tempo. It was a Haitian group called Tempo. And I got my start. Jetem started when they started on Guy Brewer. Every Thursday night they would perform, and that's how Boogie blessed me, man. He let me have that spot. Every Thursday I was in there cooking, and that's how Jetem. And now people know me. People know me. Oh, and you ever have somebody walk up to you and they're like, "Hey, girl," blah blah blah, and you like, "Hi," right? So
clearly, yes.
Yes. So this happens, and it's your
energy
so good.
It's your energy. Yeah. It's your energy. And I'm saying that because I want to help somebody out. A lot of times, we're like, oh, well, I want to do this and nobody's supporting. I want to do this and nothing's happening for me. Sometimes you got to check what's going on in here. Like she mentioned earlier, she's not going to take a gig if she ain't feeling right.
Right.
Your love is going to pour out into your food.
Absolutely.
If you're inviting, people will come. So if you on social media every time you throwing a fit, or you like nobody want to support me,
right,
or yo, this person food is this, you gotta jab at other people.
Let me
just keep it a buck. It's weak.
Yep, you're going nowhere.
It's weak.
Yep.
And it's gonna have people not want to do it.
Yep.
So learn how to be happy with what you're doing, and then the people will come.
Yep, that's a
fact.
The
energy will be inviting.
That's a fact.
She has good energy.
I love being me. Let me just say, I love being me. I love who I've grown to be. I love who I'm continuing to grow to be. I'm excited about my future. I'm excited about the future of my kids, students and my children. And I don't sit down. I want to enjoy life. But COVID has taught us something,
I know that's
right?
a fact.
We've lost several people All right, and not just the elderly. We've lost people, our homies, people we grew up with. So you have to take a step back and realize, listen, I have to enjoy my life, whatever that may be to you.
Right.
Take the time to enjoy who you are. Always celebrate who you are.
Yeah.
Celebrate you. It could be, I woke up this morning. You better celebrate.
Okay, the facts.
You better celebrate.
No, that's real. That is real. But somebody did not.
Okay.
Somebody did not. Because even when you it gave me, even when you said, we lost so many people. Some people we lost mentally. They're not okay since COVID because they lost people. You understand what I'm saying? There's people who lost their pastors, their leaders, the matriarchs in their family. So they're not okay. So if you waking up and you got your faculties in order and you're able to show up to work and smile, you're blessed.
Amen.
You're blessed.
Amen. And that's how I start my day with the little ones. Every day I walk in, no matter how I'm feeling, I walk into the kitchen first. I do a little woosah, right? Because I'm there early in the mornings now, and I'm used to not doing early mornings. But the summertime, I do early mornings. So I walk in there, and I just turn this light on. Good morning, everybody. How's your day? Today's another day to be grateful. Today's another day to be great. Forget about yesterday. Right your wrongs, and let's just get into it, right?
Let's go.
And just be grateful. A big part of who I am, real talk, is my gratitude.
Yeah, come on in here.
It's my
Gratitude.
It's knowing what I've been through and where I've come from, and just wanting better. Because that's what I come from. I come from parents that wanted better.
Right.
So they showed
That's
me.
A bar.
Okay. My parents wanted better for us. So they showed me what that looked like.
Right.
So now I want better for my kids.
Right.
And because we're
Pay it
so
forward.
yes,
That's
pay it forward. Speaking of which, let me just tell you this real quick. The other day I went to McDonald's and I'm about to pay, and they said the person in front of you paid.
See that?
So I was like,
pay it forward.
Okay. I was taking it back, right?
Yeah.
So now the other day again, I went to Starbucks. I'm in the drive-thru, ordered my little cookie crumble, and they said, "Oh, your friend Christina paid for you." I was
Love
like,
that.
Christina? The car in front of you.
See that?
Wait, what?
It's the blessing.
So now what do? You pay for the person behind you.
That's the one.
Because here's what I learned. When you bless people, you will always be blessed. You may not have, but somebody always got it worse off than you. And if you have $1 and you could give half of that dollar to that person who got worse off than you, trust and believe God gonna bless you. God gonna bless you. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
And when you do something with a genuine heart.
That's the one.
Do something with a genuine heart.
Yeah, if you got to be announcing that you did something, that ain't the one. That's not the one.
So I just love being
my God.
Amen.
I want to hear Erica.
I love being me. I love the circle that I have. I love the village that I'm a part of. I love my friends, my girlfriends. It's so important to have a group of friends around you who are supportive. I don't have no haters in my circle. Boom. We're not about that life.
Who she helping tonight?
Okay. Get rid of them haters.
No hater zone.
Absolutely not.
And hate can be subtle. So when, like she mentioned the red flags earlier, y'all gotta stop ignoring them things because you've been friends with people for a certain amount of time.
Oh, that's my
Don't
friend.
even
I know for 20 years.
entertain. Not in this time.
No, man.
Not in this season.
Nope.
Where there's so much going on in the world, you don't have time to be questioning who right and who not right.
And listen,
you already know if they right or not.
You owe yourself.
Yeah.
You owe that to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you deserve. God didn't put you here to be unhappy.
Nope.
You deserve, no matter what it is that you're going through, you deserve. Amen. You deserve to be happy. So whatever that happiness looks like, chase your happiness.
Yeah.
Yes. Chase your happiness.
Chase your happiness.
Period.
Listen, it's the chef to the world.
I love that, girl. I love that. That's that Aquarian
power. Oh my gosh, I love that. I feel that and I believe that.
Amen.
Leave us with some. When you brought up the accountant, I wanted you to tap into, and then we're gonna close. Can you think of a year where you made the most? If you're comfortable, share how much and why. How did it happen?
So every year it gets better.
Love that.
Every year it gets better. Only
Love
because
that.
I'm growing, right? So I gotta say this year.
Ooh,
I have to say this year. Because every year it gets better.
Love that.
Every year I have my set clients who will call me for the smallest thing. And they, during COVID I had to be innovative. Right? I had to find ways to get this money.
So COVID is when you started doing the jars?
No, I started the jars. COVID is when
jars
I started
beforehand,
something
right?
else, honey.
I said, wait, the jars is
I
before
started
that?
them Eddies.
Oh,
Okay. I started the
So-
Eddies, yes. And it's funny because I'm sitting at
Are
this
you okay
point
with sharing it?
yeah, absolutely.
Tell them what an Eddie
Yeah,
is.
it's edible. It's THC infused. I'm your girl. Okay, juice.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know, juice, gummies, ice cream, ices, food, butter,
Ice
oils,
cream.
topical creams.
Wow.
I got you. Okay.
Right.
And it's funny. I started that because during COVID, I'm praying at the red light. I'm sitting in my car and I'm praying. I'm like, God, help me. What am I going to do? How am I going to make this money? Because I couldn't live off of unemployment with three kids.
Right.
I'm like, what am I going to do? And the light turned green. And I said, oh, snap. It's that ganja. It's that green.
It's that green.
Yeah, it's that green. And listen, I got busy in the lab. I went to the lab.
Literally.
Yes. I spoke to my people, started experimenting stuff, started telling people, here, try this, try that. And now people call
So
me.
what was like the first thing you said? I contacted my people. What do the people do that you said, teach me how to do this?
Not teach me. I just need the substance.
Oh,
I just need
yeah, because she like, this is what I do already.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then I got books, YouTube, and then Amazon, got some cookbooks, started looking at things, started making of my own things.
Sure.
And yeah, I just, like ice cream. The ice cream was a headbanger, let me just tell you that. I have people who cannot sleep who ask me for the juice.
Wow.
And the juice knocks you out. It does. So it's like maybe a 12-ounce bottle, 8 or 12-ounce bottle. I have them diluted. People who don't smoke, you'll dilute that and it'll last you like 3 drinks. And it helps insomnia.
Wow.
It helps insomnia.
This is
THC. THC infused gummies.
Infused.
Yep.
And how do they order?
So you place an order and depending on what say you order peach rings. You'll get like 25
You said peach rings?
Yes, honey.
I love them candy.
Look at God. Hello.
I just got stars in my eyes.
Look at
I just got literally stars in my eyes. What?
Peach rings, watermelon, sour power, nerds. Yeah.
Not Nurse Child.
Jolly Rancher, lollipops. I'm on it.
Not Jolly Rancher.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Yes,
We will talk.
What?
So yeah, you can always hit me up on Instagram,
Okay.
DM me, Jetem Catering, right? Jetem Catering, which is JETAIME Catering on Instagram, and my name Erica Carries on Facebook.
Spell the last name.
My last name is Erica is ERICA. Carries is CARRIES. That's on Facebook. You could always DM me and we'll get through it. Like right now, I have somebody I'm making. So soursop is really good for cancer, right? So I have people who are calling me for that particular thing, right? So I'm looking for all these, and I'm learning as I'm going.
Love it. That's all. That's what I love.
Right?
That's
I'm learning as I'm going. So I experiment, and I try them out. And if it's good, it's good, right? And it usually is.
No excuse.
Know what she's doing.
Yeah.
There is no excuse.
No excuse.
Zero.
Zone.
Okay, so I have all sorts of people who just want to party and have a good time. People who would, during the Super Bowl, I need a whole infused meal.
Right.
I'm having a party. We need to be stuck. Right? So we do that. Or, people who are dealing with illnesses, and need that to help them get through.
Right.
I do that too. Insomnia, whatever, have knee pains. I make topical creams for you. I do it. So I'm your girl. I'm your girl.
I'm your girl.
There's no stopping me.
So what's the ebook?
The ebook. It's funny you should say that. I was just talking to my boo about that, a recipe, doing a recipe ebooks. Look at you. She's talking that into existence.
It's the January thing.
Yes. Okay, we just don't stop. So
no,
that is actually something that I was thinking about, a cookbook. And it's funny because I have a picture on Facebook, right? It's me. Oh, it's actually the
Love
one
that.
that you did. This one
Love
like that, right?
That
and somebody said,
photo.
"Is
It
that
looks
your
like a
cookbook?"
book. It looks like a book.
And I was like, "Yo, that's gonna be the cover of the cookbook." So stay tuned.
Go check it out. It's on my page as well.
Yeah, the cookbook is
She
coming.
said it to me. I'm like, I ain't gotta do nothing to this. I literally just put the date. That was it. I said, this is fire.
It really
Love
was
it.
dope. It
Love it.
really was. And you know who did that for me was Kango Kid, right? Kango Kid got rest his soul.
Familiar.
Yeah, Kango Kid, the rapper.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, this sounds familiar.
Roxanne.
Right.
I want to be your man. Kango Kid, my dear friend. I miss and love him so much. God rest his soul. He passed away of colon cancer. And he's the one, right? It was just a picture because that was a gig that I did for somebody's communion. And he took that picture and did the heart and the jetem and did all of that and blessed me with that picture.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It gotta be the cover.
That's
now.
gonna be the cookbook. And you know, when I do that, I'm gonna put in
That's
memory.
what I'm saying. That's something
Yes,
that's in
thank you
memory
for putting
of.
that. Thank you for putting that out there.
Look at God.
Yes,
I love
amen.
this. I
Amen.
love this. Listen, you're dope.
Thank you, sis. You're dope.
You're dope. You're dope. And you know, we could keep talking.
We sure can.
We could keep talking because there's so much to her that you know she's not sharing. But I know just this portion that she has shared. Excuse me. I know that somebody's inspired.
Amen.
Somebody's gonna push through their dreams. Somebody's gonna, you know, even look at their children like her parents. She paying it forward for her children and our children in our community. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me. I just want everybody to know,
Thank you.
just stay prayed up and keep moving.
Mhm.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. It will come. It will come, and do not give up on yourself.
That's hit me, honey.
Please don't
It
ever
will
give
come.
up on yourself. Yes, it will.
You gotta see it before you see it.
You gotta stay prayed up though.
Yeah, the facts.
Okay.
Put a prayer on it. Put a praise on it. And put a prayer on it.
Amen.
Love
Thank
that.
you,
Love
sis.
that.
Thank you so
So
much for having
even
me.
that, I love that. That's a good closeout right there. So you guys make sure you follow her on social media. Contact her for all the above
All the above.
that she shared on today. On tonight. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, Hot Like a Lychee podcast on YouTube. I'm excited for you. Like you know where this is going, right? Because yeah, we can't help it. It's a thing. You know, it feels good to have someone just like me
Amen.
sit next to me because I'll be like about to burst.
Yes.
Like I feel like I'm about
we
to
do too much.
yeah, like and you hear from people like, "Child, you doing what now?
Yeah.
When do you sleep?" I'm like, I don't know, but that's why I don't give y'all excuse for certain things. Because I'm like, if I can be doing it and I'm juggling kids' jobs,
Facts.
we got 50 million jobs.
Say that
What's your
loud.
excuse?
Say that loud. Facts.
You know, let's also, continue to pray for our youth.
Mm-hmm.
They face so much.
Mm-hmm. They do.
They face way more than what we had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So, continue to, pray for our youth. Get involved in your communities.
Yes.
That's one of the things is on my heart. It's on my heart. If you have time, if you're retired, especially, and you have not too much going on, no pressure, but, go see what's going on. See what's going on in your community. See if you're needed with anything. It could just be finances.
Mm-hmm.
If you got it,
it's up to us.
what's the point of holding on to it? You can't take it with you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Fund somebody.
That's right.
One of her
That's right.
students. Something.
Oh, and we will, because hopefully, God willing, one of these years coming soon, I'm gonna be taking my kids to Italy and France, and we're gonna need those donations.
Listen,
absolutely,
it's on your heart. Donate.
Please,
donate to the youth. Get involved with your community because, like we keep emphasizing, we are the village.
Yes,
we really need to take that so serious. We are the village, and like she mentioned, and I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? What you mentioned about your oldest, him not having the access to you as much. You're working. Parenting is hard, and you have to make sacrifice sometimes. And sometimes the children don't always understand; they just don't.
Yeah.
And so that can weigh hard. That can weigh heavy on you as well. Parents, just continue to do the best that you can.
Yep.
The best that you can, the best that you are able to do, and the best that you know how.
Absolutely.
You will reap the rewards. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You guys make sure you support her. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you check out. Nudge on her about the book.
Yes.
She clearly already has the cover. I love when God does that. It's divine connections. I'm telling you, it's divine connections. He makes no mistakes. He's so intentional with everything he does. So, continue to pray her strength in all that she's doing. Subscribe to the podcast, and we will see you next go round. When she comes, she's gonna come back on here with a whole other dope situation, and we're gonna be like, Chef Erica.
I will.
So, listen, stay prayed up, like she said, and keep moving. The words of Chef Erica, the chef to the world.
Je t'aime.
Je t'aime. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Later. Woo.